Is that what you want?
Uh, yes, absolutely.
Tell me when you're ready.
I am ready.
Well, Mount Veeder is one of several Napa Valley mountain appellations, but Mount Veeder is really different than the other mountains. There's two things that make Mount Veeder different. One is that Mount Veeder is the only mountain appellation that is largely sedimentary soils. The other mountain appellations in Napa all have soils based upon a volcanic overlay that occurred a long time ago. Mount Veeder only got a little bit of that volcanic, so the highest points in the Mount Veeder appellation have volcanic soils, but all the other soils are derived from an old seafloor. So our soil here is sandstone and shale, which fractures and which allows the roots to penetrate pretty deep, and also provides us with high quality water that we can manage pretty well. The other thing that is really distinctive about Mount Veeder is that it is so far south. It is much further south than any of the other mountain appellations. In fact, Mount Veeder runs right into Carneros. They actually, when you start going to the higher reaches of Carneros, you cross a line and then you're in the Mount Veeder appellation. So we have a direct line of sight to the northern part of the San Francisco Bay. So Mount Veeder gets a lot of marine air. So all summer long, when there's fog off the coast of San Francisco and the hot weather in the Central Valley draws that fog through the Golden Gate, it comes right up into Mount Veeder. So just like Carneros gets cooled by the cool air coming through the Golden Gate, so does Mount Veeder. So it's the coolest of all the mountain appellations, which makes it ideally suited for Syrah.
And what would you say the greatest quality about cool climate Syrah versus warm climate Syrah?
The greatest thing about cool climate Syrah is complexity. You can get Syrah ripe in lots of places, and you get a wine that's quite quaffable, but it's only when you grow Syrah in cooler places that you get this additional layer of complexity, where you can get a lot of floral and spicy and peppery notes on top of the fruit, and so it makes for a much, much more interesting wine. And then that wine, as it ages, also tends to take on some meaty, beefy sorts of flavors as well. And when you're growing Syrah in a cool place, not only do you get those flavors, but when it's a cool mountain like this, like Mount Veeder, where you have shallow soils, then you get tremendous concentration as well, because the berries are really tiny. So you get little berries that will give you wine with very concentrated flavor and very deep color, and all the complex aromas that come from a cool climate.